Hello, welcome to my first podcast in my new studio. I have a little bit of a cheat sheet here because it's been a minute and we've never done video component before. So this will be a little bit of a new feature for everybody included. Hi. Let's start off with a little bit of get to know me because I don't fucking know you. You don't fucking know me. You might know me. Probably not as well as you think you know me though. My name's Bree. I'm the host here of this Planet Kelley podcast. I'm Bree Kelley. My wife's name is Maddy. We got married in October of 2025, so we're still little newlyweds. We have a beautiful, perfect, annoying ass dog named Joj. I absolutely love him. He is everything to me, but man, he gets on my fucking nerves, let me tell you. I just recently started listening into the podcast life. Probably, I think it was when Avery Woods started Cheers. If you're listening, absolutely love you. I know Scotty's going to listen to this. I love you so much. But when they started Cheers, I was like, oh my God, like I have to listen to that. I absolutely love you. I'm obsessed with you. So like, obviously I'm going to be a listener. And after I started listening, I just absolutely loved it. It was a vibe. I loved how it was new. It was entertaining. And then I started listening to Call Her Daddy. I am a proud member of the Daddy Gang, I will say. Maddy and I's honeymoon was actually to Unwell, Vegas. It was a blast. Absolutely loved it. I met Avery Woods for the first time there. That was fire. Very, very memorable moment. I'll put some photos in here. But anyways, that's basically me. Just started new to the podcast community. If you see me looking down to my right, it's because I'm going to make sure that I'm still recording. And if you see me looking in front of me, it's because I'm reading my notes. Because I'm going to get sidetracked, and I already know that, as we have already. So I will go ahead and kind of pop into my little notes. Yeah, holy shit, we're doing the damn thing. I can't talk. Words are hard, but you know, welcome to Planet Kelley. I am so happy you're here. I'm happy I'm here. We're here for a good time. Okay? I don't know how long our episodes will be here. Once I get a little bit more comfortable, I'm sure it'll be a little bit longer, but until then, we're going to start off short and sweet, I think. Yeah, life updates. Let's do some updates. Yesterday was a shit show. Girl, I was actually shook because I was like, wow, I have something to talk about. I actually have something to talk about on the podcast. I feel like nothing ever happens to me. So these might not always be about me. They might be about everything else but me. But this one's going to be about me. So Maddy and I bought a house in June of last year. If you hear any crazy ass noises, it is either the dogs behind me because I've yet to get a soundproof window thingy, or it's my dog who is extremely obnoxious in every way possible. So, sorry for that in advance. But yeah, so yesterday was a shit show. It was about 6 p.m., I would say, and we had called my father-in-law, Joel. Absolutely love him. Best man on earth, let me tell you. Hands down. Best man ever. Never met a man like Joel. Okay? But he had came over because he's gotten many phone calls since we've moved into this house of what are we supposed to do? This is going wrong. What do we do when this happens? We haven't done this yet. What should we be doing? You'll hear about some disastrous stories. This house could be a whole episode. But moved in June. We had him come over at 6 o'clock yesterday to look at our washing machine because let me tell you, she is vintage. That girl is from probably the 80s. She is old. She is chrome, detailed, like old, okay? KitchenAid, just so you know. And he was coming over to look at it because, of course, in all Kelley fashion, we went ahead and that washer broke mid-load. So we, of course, did not even get to finish the load of laundry that was in there, but that's okay. It's not what it's about. Moving on. He's over here. He's looking at it. Sorry, I have the sniffles. So if you're watching, you might see me not try to pick my nose this entire episode. Okay. He had came over. He's looking at the washing machine. It ended up being a goner. Okay. She's done for. Well, he left with the washer. It did not stay in the house. So we ended up having him help us out with that. While he was helping us with that, our brother-in-law, Kyle, shout out to Kyle. Thank God for blue-collared men that are part of a union. Okay. Because I don't know what we'd do without him. He is a plumber by day, brother-in-law with a superhero cape by night. And he had came over and was looking underneath our sink because our sink had leaked all the way to our basement. Sure did. Sure did. And then to add the cherry on top of that, actually, that's not even the cherry. That's kind of like the whipped cream. I'll tell you the cherry in a minute. The whipped cream was that we already had some leakage from our attic, apparently. We haven't even been up there. We don't know what's up there. From our attic, there was moisture that was trapped in there in the winter. And I guess it like created condensation and water damage on our ceiling in our kitchen. So we already had that. Then we had the sink leak. Then we had the washer break. Then here's your cherry. I'm making dinner because I'm like, we have to eat at some fucking point. Like, it is 6:30. I'm fucking hungry. Okay? Like, we're trying to be nice and healthy. We're making steak and green beans, sweet potatoes on the grill. And here I am peeling sweet potatoes. And I was like, we're going to do little spirals. We're going to make spiral action. Never done it before, but we had it in like the 4-in-1 chopper thing, like the Amazon fucking famous whatever. I'll never do that again. I don't want a spiral vegetable. I don't care about a rotini noodle. I'm cool. I'm done. I don't care. If you can see, if you're watching, if you're not listening, you can see that I have 4 Band-Aids covering my pointer finger because Joel, like the incredible man that he is fixing washers, he also was a medic at the moment because I was bleeding out and I felt like I was going to pass out. But yeah, I'm peeling these potatoes, right? And just went ahead and took the top of my finger and like, just went ahead and scooped that right the 3/4 of the way off. And I'm sitting there looking at my finger and like the tip of my finger is hanging off. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm seeing stars. I'm going to die. This is not good. Anyways. Joel ends up bandaging me up, thank God. I was like, I need to sit down, drink some water for a minute. I was like, the potatoes are going to have to wait. Yeah, so that was the cherry on top of yesterday. That was crazy ass fucking night, let me tell you. Not much happens around here in the Kelley household. And to have not 1, but 2 guests in the house helping us fix things, and then also felt like I needed to create some more drama. There was nothing going on for me at the moment. I was just making fucking dinner. That's boring, apparently. I needed some action. And I'm running my finger underneath the water. Maddy and Kyle are in the basement trying to turn off the water. And they're like, why are you running the water? I'm like, sorry, I'm dying. 1 second. I'm about to lose an appendage. Give me 1 moment. Anyways, but crazy fucking night. It just was wild. Anyways, let's move on. Okay. What's next on my list? Maddy just recently took a CDL class. So that is, what is that? Commercial driver's license, to be able to drive a semi and like larger vehicles and whatnot. And she was thinking about doing trucking for a job. Right now, she's also part of the military. She's in the Air Force and she works full time right now there, but that's not forever. So she was looking into other things to fill her cup. She's always wanted to do that. So she decided why not? Because she also has help from the military to pay for it. So we were like, sure, might as well get a free education. Well, partially free. Because she she already also has a bachelor degree from UNO. In She has a bachelor's degree in what is it? In emergency management and a minor in criminal justice, right? Okay, just checking. I had to double check. I'm like looking around the corner to see if she's like, I'm sorry, do you really not know? Actually, she can't really be that mad at me because she's never used that degree, just so we're clear. But that's neither here nor there. Okay. But anyway, so she decided that she wanted to go and get her CDL. I thought that was a great idea, except really hated the fact that she was gone like every night for an additional 2.5 hours after already driving an hour and a half to there and back to work every day. So just a mess. Okay. We got a lot going on. Anyways, but she was taking that class. She ended up finishing. So crazy. But Omaha, Nebraska, okay, is where I grew up. And let me tell you something. That bitch is small. Too fucking small. Small. Anyways, in a good way, though, this way. At least for this moment. But I used to go roller skating growing up, like every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and sometimes Sundays. Like, ew. But anyway, moving on. Met tons of great people there, from all different schools, because at that point, like, I didn't really do any extracurriculars or anything besides like dance, and I absolutely hated that. But like didn't know anybody outside of my school really, and ended up making a lot of friends there from my school that went with me. And anyways, moving on. There was this kid that I went skating with, and his name, it doesn't matter what his name is. I'm not going to name drop him here, actually, just in case he does not want that. Anyways, but I went skating with him, and his mom knew my mom or something. I don't know. Anyways, and his uncle knows, you'll hear a lot about Train. He is a very close family friend. Closest thing I got to a dad. Anyways, he knows him. His uncle also knows him. Anyways, moving on. Omaha's fucking small, okay? That's basically where I'm getting at with this. But we ended up going out with him because he was also, him and his fiance and another guy and his girlfriend. The other two guys went to CDL class with Maddy. Wow. That was hard as shit to get out, apparently. Anyway, we all went out to a place in Benson called Taco Co. If you haven't been, it's actually really fucking good. Definitely fire. But we ended up going out and we had some drinks. We went across the street to a bar and played pool and had some more drinks. And we never do that. I think that was the first time Maddy and I have drank since our wedding in October. So we're not big partiers around here. I like to go to bed at 9 p.m. Okay? If we're staying up late, it's because we're probably binge watching a show. Right now, it's Love is Blind. We're waiting on the reunion. I'm pretty sure that's like tomorrow. We'll be checking in on that next episode, just so you know. But that was the first time I ever watched Love is Blind. I haven't seen any of the other episodes or seasons. But anyways, moving on. We ended up going out with them. That was the first time in a long time. We don't normally do that. So that was kind of fun. So that's kind of a little bit of an update. What else? I'm trying to visualize what I want my future life to look like. Like what I feel like it's really hard for me personally to have certain manifestations or want better things out of life if you're not actively thinking about what that is. So for me personally, I basically want my full-time job to be taking care of my body. That's it. And I don't know why it's so fucking hard to do that, but I have the means, I have the opportunity. We have a walking pad. It's getting nicer outside. My best friend McKenna bought me a red light, all different color light mask because she was like, you're gonna need fire ass skin because, video component. Love you. Anyway, but she bought me one of those and we have the walking pad that also does like the jiggle thing, It's supposed to be good for like lymphatic drainage and like waking you up in the morning and all this other bullshit. But basically, I follow this girl and on TikTok, and literally her job is to get up, take care of her morning routine, whether that's like red light mass, she goes in the sauna, she goes to the gym, she walks on a walking pad, she puts her mask on, she fucking does her skincare, and then she gets dressed for the day, and then she makes lunch, and then I'm like, your literal job is to just like exist. But like, why? I have all the means to do that and I don't do it. So I'm trying to visualize what I want that to look like for me. So that whole like putting on my mask, doing my skincare, I want to be more consistent with everything, which is also why I'm starting this podcast. Because if you know me, literally today, the topic of my therapy was that consistency is not my friend. I am probably the most inconsistent person I know. But my therapist said, but at least I am consistent with therapy. Clock it. Okay. Anyways, moving on. What's next? Let's see. Yeah, I just want to visualize what my life looks like in a good way. And I need to do that more often, so you should too. Unpopular opinion. I love to grocery shop. Okay? I really rarely ever feel remorse for spending money at the grocery store. When it comes to food or snacks or like little sweet treats or whatever, I'm going to be the first one to spend it. Okay? First one. I will be the first one in line, okay, at Trader Joe's with an entire basket full of goodies. I will be the one. But yeah, I recently have been doing Trader Joe's hauls, and it is very inexpensive, a lot more inexpensive than I thought it was. But we've gone there for like a couple like random items here and there, but I haven't gotten like all of our groceries besides like, obviously name brand and all that stuff. But like most of our main items, I have never bought all of that stuff from Trader Joe's. So I was very shocked and surprised because I had spent like under $300. I was like, whoa, there's no way. If I would have went to Target or Walmart or whatever, like I would have spent at minimum $300 and something dollars. But going and spending like $200 and something dollars on, 2 weeks worth of groceries and snacks and stuff to keep in the freezer has really lasted us well. I will say like the only thing that I think is probably the most expensive obviously is like meats, and that's kind of hard because unless we are cooking meat at home, I don't really eat meat. I'm going to be super honest. I will sometimes if we go out to eat, like we love North Italia. We go there with Train all the time. That's like our new spot. We love it. They just opened one in Village Point in Omaha, and so that's the first we've ever heard of it, and we are obsessed. But they have this, like, steak tagliata that's fire as fuck, and I will put a picture up here so you can see it because it's just so good. But, yeah, it's, like, very rare that I ever eat meat. But Maddy loves meat. It's just not for me. But I feel like that's probably the most expensive thing. And we kind of split that up between like, if we just buy it at Walmart or like Family Fare. It really doesn't, I don't know why I'm really stressing about where we buy our meat. Costco's probably where we buy most of it if we can. I feel like sometimes it is hard though, like to fork over such a large amount of money just for frozen meat or to put in the freezer or whatever. Oh my God, I hope you're still listening. Because honestly, I've stopped. All right. But main topic for that was that I've started shopping there more, and I really like it. And we have loved eating at home more. I feel like that's something that's hard in the winter because it's just a lot easier to go and get something and not have to cook. I mean, I guess that's always easier, but more times than not, it's in the winter. Because when summer rolls around, it's nice outside. We actually find it hard to eat out because you're not in the mood for anything hot or heavy or greasy or whatever. Let's get to a different segment in this podcast, shall we? Starting a podcast the right way. Pre-planning, scheduling, editing, ordering equipment, curating the perfect studio. I have been trying really hard to force myself to get in here and do this first episode because I just have made up every excuse why it's not going to work. Oh, it's not working for this, or that's not going to work for here, or the dogs outside are annoying and they're going to be annoying the whole time, or I need to make a sweatshirt. I'll probably wear it next time, but I wanted to make a sweatshirt that said Planet Kelley on it. And I was like, I'm going to wear that for my first episode. And because I didn't have enough letters to do that, then apparently I needed to tell myself that I couldn't make the episode because I didn't have my sweatshirt. I was like, bitch, if you don't get over your shit and just, hey, babe, hey, babe, there's a dog in here. You have one job. For the love. You have one job.
You did great.
Yep, thanks. Anyway, that was annoying. But I've taken a really hard toll on myself by just telling myself that I just need to get the fuck in here and make this damn episode. So here I am. Here we are. We're making the episode. We're making it. We're here, bitches. And I'm enjoying myself. I think it will be a lot easier next episode. I'll feel a little bit more relaxed. And I think just going through this and doing this the first time will help a lot with the way I have my notes and everything set up to just see if like this is what works for me, if I should set it up a different way. But basically I've just been kind of beating myself up about not starting because I knew once I started I didn't want to stop. And like we said it earlier, I am very inconsistent. So I knew once I press play, that was it. We were just going to keep it moving. So here we are. If you are listening and not watching, I am drinking a cherry Diet Coke. If you have not tried them, they are absolutely fire. I still think that the Diet Coke Lime is way better. Diet Coke, if you're listening, what is wrong with you? Like, so dumb to take that away. But I will say the cherry's kind of fire. So at least we'll flow with that for right now. Also, it is in my little, I don't know if you can see this, so I'll try to zoom in. These are my sockets. I have a couple different ones for soda cans, a couple different ones. I use one every single day for my Alani. Every single morning, without fail. Multiple times a day, actually. We probably have 4 or 5 of them in the cupboard in the kitchen. And they're like insulated koozies that are just the best thing ever. And they have the cutest little prints on them. And I'll put them in the little notes, tag them in the notes, so you guys can shop them like on Instagram or something, because love that. Also, I kind of want to make I already have a Shop My, like a personal one. So I feel like I kind of want to add in like all of the items that you see here that I'm using in my situation, in my little Shop My, so that you guys can find it in case you're interested. But yeah, drinking a cherry Diet Coke. We got our little St. Patty's Day vibe going on here with my little green and yellow nails. Wow, that's fire. Okay. So, I have to give while I'm accepting this mic award, I really just need to give some shout outs, some thanks to ChatGPT, because without you, I wouldn't be here. Let me tell you. ChatGPT helped me build this podcast, okay? From what podcast equipment to buy, the lighting, the everything. The set, like literally everything. How to do my template that I need to duplicate every time I make an episode. Everything. It has given me every single answer, question, like all of it. And I honestly don't know that this would be up and running without ChatGPT. Let's be real. Also, I want to say, sorry, hold on. Lost my train of thought. Wanted to say thank you to ChatGPT. We already said that. And my next topic here is actually so accurate. Obviously it's accurate. It's a fact, but I feel like it's super crazy to actually think about this. It says that 70% of Americans, even with spouses, find themselves wanting more friends. Isn't that sad? But like, it's me. I am 70% of Americans. Why is it so fucking hard to make friends in your 20s? Like, I felt like going out with the guy that we went out with for celebration for Maddy's CDL that I knew from way back in the day. I just loved catching up with him or whatever, but I felt like it was a lot easier because I already knew him, and that wasn't like such a full send of really having to get it hafting. That's what it is. Oh my gosh, who was I talking to the other day? The girl at the apartment complex. If you're listening to this, girl at the apartment complex, hafting, okay? That's the word, hafting. That's not a word. At least I don't think it's a word. Having to? Is that a contraction of that? Anyways, moving on. If you aren't that girl, you're not going to get this. Moving on. But why is it so hard? If I had to actually make new friends, like besides just his fiance or whatever, I don't know that we'd be stepping out. We don't. We don't. So no, I can tell you right now, factually, we would not. We wouldn't be stepping out because they were really the ones to get us to go out. Let's be honest. And then they came back to the house and they met Joj. It was a good time. But yeah, I just thought that was crazy. So actually next, we'll talk a little bit more at the end of this podcast about next week's episode. I put next week, but I don't know if it's going to be next week. I don't know if it'll be later this week. It'll all be TBD because we know I'm not very consistent. So we'll see when it comes out. All right. Don't hassle me. But yeah, I thought that was crazy. That fact was just so like 70%. That's a big amount. But I mean, I get it. Nobody ever goes anywhere or does anything, especially not in Nebraska. There ain't nothing to do and nowhere to go. So that explains that. Also, my last little topic before we talk about my new signature segment is going to be that I wanted to start UGC content, and I signed up for a class, so I'll keep you guys updated on that. It is called the DWA class. I'm pretty sure I don't know. I signed up to be an affiliate for it so that I could like also put it on here. So in case anybody else was ever like interested in that, they could do it. But I ended up listening to a girl. Her name was Kenna Spencer. I'll also tag her so that you can go look at her stuff. She's super honest, super open, and transparent about all the money she makes, the time that the little amount of time that it takes her to make money. And she isn't pushy, and that's really what got me to sign up, because she's like, if you want, I'll send you the link or the links in my bio or whatever. But she's like, if you don't want, then don't. She's like, I don't care. And I love that. I love, like, that's what made me want to get it, is that she wasn't forcing to sell something down my throat. But she was like, this is what I'm doing. This is why I don't work a 9 to 5. This is the life that I live and the money that I make. And she shows screenshots of her earnings and her income and everything. And she's fully transparent. And the program that I signed up for was like affiliated market through her or whatever. So I'm sure she gets a commission or something. But it's actually like a community. Like, I don't know. It's through I think it's called School. I don't know. Anyways, I'll put it down there. It's called DWA. And I'm still learning. I just started it. I just got access to it, but they also do like a payment plan situation, which is cool, which is what I signed up for, because I was like, girl, that class is $500. I ain't got $500. I mean, when I do, I don't want to spend it on that. So like, can I do a payment plan or something? And I did. So, once you pay like the first whatever fee, $125, I think it was, then you get access to the whole course situation. And in there, since I've been in there, like I just started yesterday. And since I've been in there, I've done like the start here situation. And then they have a section, like a course. It's all these courses and all these modules of basic like masterclass situations on like everything to know about TikTok, everything to know about Pinterest, how to sell in your stories, how to start a marketing, or like how to market yourself from zero, and like how to grow your business, and all that stuff. So I'm cool. I'm excited. I'm cool. I know I'm cool. Anyway, it sounds cool. It sounds like something I'm excited to learn about. I feel like for me, I'm the biggest believer in the fact that it can be done if somebody else is already doing it. And the fact that so many people are like, that's not realistic. That's not real life. I'm like, I'm pretty sure. So homegirl over here living in a $4 million house, doing whatever, that shit's real. I'm watching it. I see it. She's living the life. I get it. Okay. So like, anyway, I just don't believe that anything is impossible if somebody's already doing it. That's just non-factual. It just doesn't make sense. Anyways, okay, so that's probably the last little situation I'm gonna do, but I just recently came up with a segment today, actually. I wanted to share my favorite 5, and I just thought this would be a good way for me to put out 5 things I'm obsessed with, it can be any fucking aspect, any category in my life, and you'll see that. But yeah. So I figured this was a good way to like kind of do a little intro of like, if you want to try some new shit, you're looking out for something new, you want to know what I'm using, what I'm trying, because I know I'm fucking nosy as hell, and I love to know what other people are using. Like right now, I need to make a TikTok video of like the empties. I don't know how them bitches be going through all that shit. They got like 40 empties. Like, girl, that's $400 worth of shit. You went through that in 1 month. Oh no, I ain't got money like that. I know you're getting PR, but still. I ain't got it like that. So I got to save up for like 3 months before I got like 5 empties that I can do for a video. But those videos are kind of fun. So I like listening to those and watching those. So I felt like kind of do a favorite 5 new things I'm obsessed with, or that have been obsessed with, or that are still going strong for me. So let's start with number 1. Shout out to my mother-in-law. Love you, Shelly. She reached out and asked if any of us wanted, well, all of us are in a group chat. The girls, like my sister-in-laws, and then my wife and I and my mother-in-law. And she put, does anybody want this? And it was a picture of this Bondi Boost blow dry brush. I was like, oh my God, yes, I want one of those. I've really been wanting to try that. But like the only one I was thinking about buying was like the Revlon one for like $45. And like I knew that probably wasn't the best for my hair, but like whatever. So I was like, oh my God, yeah, I want to try. And this was before I put my extensions in. So if you are watching, you can see that a bitch got inches. Okay. Shout out to my hair girl for that. Love you, Madison. I'm going to tag her too, because I don't know if she's accepting new clients, but basically, just go to the salon. There's hella bitches that work there that are fire. They are absolutely amazing at everything that they do. I would trust any single one of them. But I was super excited to try the blow dry brush, and without my extensions, it took me like 15 minutes to blow dry my hair. It was like, shut the fuck up. And it looked like it was like a fresh like blowout, like girl had swoopy ends and all that. She looked fire. So absolutely been loving that. I don't know how much it is. Shout out to my mother-in-law for that. But yeah, so definitely love that. If you're interested in one of those, I recommend. So I've been trying that, especially. I also have a Brazilian blowout on my hair. For those that don't know what that is, basically it just kind of removes all the frizz and I don't know, kind of glosses over your hair, helps your curl relax a little bit so that it's easier to straighten and like all that shit. So it's a lot easier for me to do my hair on my own. I lost my train of thought. I don't really know. I guess the blow dry brush. Yeah, took me 15 minutes. That was it. Moving on. Burgundy eyeliner. I just got this new one from L'Oreal. She looks fire. Okay. Absolutely love her. I think it's burgundy cashmere, I think is what it's called or something. I don't know. It was like $7, I think. I got it at Walmart the other day. It looks super good. This is my first time using it, and I like it so far. Also using the little Feeling Bubbly palette from ColourPop Cosmetics from Shelby Ann on TikTok. She does incredible makeup videos. If you follow her, I absolutely love her. But that's who I've been watching to kind of learn how to do my makeup a little bit so that I don't look as beat, all the time. Well, or more beat, because like my face looks beat. Anyway, moving on. Donna Karan deodorant. Girl, shout out to Emily Kaiser. If that girl hadn't fucking posted that shit, I would have never sniffed my armpits to smell like a baby's ass ever. This shit's fire. Okay. They also have an aluminum free option, I believe. They both are sold at Sephora. I will tell you, she is not cheap. Okay. You get what you pay for. She's thick. She smells incredible. And that's that. It's tea, period. Just trust me with it. If you have an extra $30 you want to spend, I know that's fucking insane for deodorant, but I feel like I don't have like a signature scent, like perfume or whatever. So I feel like deodorant is something that I feel like it just automatically kind of gives you a smell anyway. So I might as well smell fire, right? And I don't buy expensive ass perfume and shit. So like, I feel like I can even it out by buying expensive deodorant. But yeah, if you have an extra $30 to spend, you go ahead and hit Sephora up or Amazon or whatever for that Donna Karan deodorant, because that shit is fire. I'm going to link it in here too. I'm also going to try to set up my Amazon storefront, figure out how the fuck to do that. Girl, why is that like the most not user-friendly platform ever? I don't know how to fucking use Amazon. It makes me feel old. Anyway, my newfound love is the Downy Unstoppables. Specifically the scent that they just came out with. They have some that are like in a black bottle that are like an unlimited edition or whatever it's called. They have numbers, like supposed to be like Chanel number 5 or whatever. But it's number 26. Okay? Number 26. Specifically, number 26. Oh my God. This shit smells heavenly. It makes my entire house smell fucking fire. So good. It gives a very, very feminine fragrance. I absolutely love it. That's for all of our clothes. And then the other day, accidentally, I think they're actually changing the packaging, I saw, because I think they're way too similar, which is exactly what we did. We accidentally grabbed number 6, not number 26, which is like, number 6 is like a clove something or another, and it's more of a masculine, woodsy. It smells phenomenal. And so I washed all of our blankets and pillow covers and stuff in that. So it smells just like nice, like cologne aroma. It smells good. So if you want to spice up your laundry routine, definitely try some of those. Definitely. It's nice because they have like a smell breathable top. So you can like squeeze them and you don't have to like open them and ruin them or, be that bitch. So you can smell the different scents, because 26 and 6 are going to be your best friend. Promise. And then my last thing that I have been constantly obsessed with has been my hydro jug. Also hydro jug and my little Java sock sleeves that I have for my cans, because I have a nice cold orange kiss Alani every single morning, and it goes in a cheetah print koozie every morning. And then throughout the day, like right now, Diet Coke, in a little St. Patty's Day one. I have one that has umbrellas on it. They have all different ones. They have dog ones. They have Christmas ones. They have literally, you name it. They're fire. But absolutely love my hydro jug. I have been probably addicted to hydro jugs for like, I don't know, a year maybe. I feel like I've just been constantly, maybe 2 years. Probably 2 years. I don't know how many I have. I should count. But I did make a video on TikTok that was like, I can't buy any more cups. I'm not allowed to buy another cup. And the only way I'm allowed to get any more cups is if Hydro Jug sends me more cups. So, shout out again to Hydro Jug. Girl, let's work together. It could be my little feature. But yeah, love my hydro jug, love the prints. They just came out with a new one, like in the garden collection, and it's like this sage green and hot pink striped hydro jug. It's so fucking cute. I absolutely love it. And then I have a red, white, and blue one for the 4th of July, and I have a green and white striped one from Anthropologie, and I have I'm annoying, I have a rodeo one, I have a cobalt blue one that's super cute. I have an all sage green one that's cute. Maddy has one that is glow in the dark skeletons on it. And then I got the Whitney Levitt Activewear collection collab or whatever that was like the black cats, whatever that was called. It's like a black glitter print. It's cute. Basically that's it. That's all I got for you, babe. All right, so next week or next episode, we are going to talk, we're talking shit that I wish somebody would have told me in my early 20s. Not even my early 20s, but just the first half of my 20s, like just in general. Shit that people would have told me ever, my first 26 years of life. Friendship shifting and how money feels like it's absolutely your entire identity. Because I know that's right. We talk about how nobody talks about how hard it is to say goodbye to a child that you no longer see due to the fallout of a friendship or relationship of any kind, whether that's work, nannying, childcare, friends, romantic relationships, not even their kids, but the little ones that you meet along the way, like their nieces, their nephews, their siblings, whatever, whatnot. I don't know where I'd be without the village of people that helped raise me today. And I just feel like that's really hard hitting when you look back on it, on the people that you've been involved in their life, or children that you've been involved in their life that you no longer are. And I can imagine half the people in my life that are here today, if they weren't here, where my life would have been, what my life would have looked like. So I just feel like it's really monumental and inspirational to talk about and important. And I think that we should touch base on that topic next episode. I hope you liked this. I hope it really wasn't fucking boring and I didn't chat your whole ear off for nothing. But I hope you enjoyed my first little episode of Planet Kelley, and I hope to see you in the next one.